Today I will teach you a simple yet powerful way to transform the lower body, learning to improvise, connecting the mind and the body, all while improving the mobility of your lower body. To create this flow, we're going to be using 5 different elements, starting with the 90-90 sit. For all of these isolated pieces, you can hold them for between 30 to 60 seconds. Our second piece being the straddle sit. Our third piece being the Seiza sit, with either the toes passive, flexed behind you, or active, with the toes actively pressed into the ground, trying to get all 5 toes in contact with the floor. Our third piece is the Fisherman sit, again, either toes passive or toes active, with all 5 trying to get in contact. Don't worry if you can't get the butt to the heel or you can't rest with full range of motion. Use whatever you can in a pain-free range. And our last piece will be the squat. Heels down if possible. If not, you can raise up onto the heels or put some elevation underneath the heels. You don't have to have compression of the butt towards the heels. It can be a bit higher if you need to hold higher. Now that we've held these positions, we start to combine different positions together so we can work on transitioning from one to the other seamlessly. We're going to use the 90-90 sit and the straddle sit together, trying to transition seamlessly from one to the other. Notice that the legs come out and come back in together, and you can also use the hands on the floor to assist this motion if you can't do it with the hands free. Our next combination will be using the squat, the fisherman, and the Seiza all together. So starting in the squat, you first take the knee down into the fisherman, then the second knee down into the Seiza, and then you reverse the position. For example, you start with right knee down, then left knee up, right knee up, and you continue for repetitions. If this is too difficult, there are many things that we can do. Simply, we can place the hands on the ground and use it to assist us at any time. That can be on the way down, on the way up, or changing as I need to. Maybe I have a knee that doesn't move very well and I have to use it only on that side to assist. Use what you need for a pain-free range. The second way to adjust this would be to elevate a surface in front of you and touch the knees to this elevated surface. With this regression, you can also use the hands on the floor or also on an elevated surface. The depth is not as important as learning to move from one piece to the other. For these integrations, you can work for between 10 to 20 repetitions. You can do one set if you just want to warm up, or multiple sets if you want to work a certain integration, a certain transition. Now that we have all these pieces, the isolated material, how to transition from one to the other, now we set a timer between 60 to 90 seconds, and we move between these 5 elements in a seamless way. I want to make sure I'm maintaining a continuous motion. Everything is very soft and controlled, and I try to find new transitions. So I'm actively involved in this process. I'm not just moving with my mind zoning out on other things, but I'm thinking about how can I combine these in a different way? How can I make it more smooth on this transition? I want to be involved with the body, involved with the mind, and be moving as best as I can. Don't worry if you repeat yourself, you use the same patterns over and over. This is part of the work as well. More importantly is making sure this is pain-free and that you are keeping a slow but continuous motion through, and then over time you can make it better and better. You wouldn't expect to speak a second language fluently on the first class, and the same thing here. You're going to run into bumps along the road. Try to enjoy those little hops up in the air. One thing we want to avoid is stopping our motion, thinking, and then moving. We want to learn how to move and think at the exact same time. So as I'm moving, I'm also thinking about what am I going to move into next. This will challenge the mind and the body a lot, and in the beginning you can expect to repeat yourself with the same patterns over and over, and this is not a problem. In fact, repeating yourself can help you maintain a continuous motion because you know what you need to go into. That gives you time to think about how can I connect it in a different way. Try to keep the motion continuous, slow, soft, non-painful. If you're working this for the first time or you're not used to working on the floor, I would recommend working on a soft surface like carpet or a mat, because this requires a lot of conditioning on the knees, on the ankles, on the skin, And if you're not used to it, it can create a lot of bruises and bumps. Of course, this is necessary to a degree, but we can decrease this in the beginning. Work with around 60 seconds, especially if it's your first time. 2 to 3 sets a few times per week, and you can build up towards 90 seconds, up to 5 sets or more, and this will transform your legs, your knees, your hips, your ankles, but it has to be performed progressively. Don't rush into it, don't rush into the practice. I hope this becomes a nice tool either for a warm-up or a full session, improving the mobility and creativity of the lower body. Thank you for watching. That's the session.